Thanks to the supporters of channel member Jack Watson. Well, it's an enormous long shot, but we do go into the final 2 games of the season with a very, very outside chance backdoor Kev opportunity to still get promoted automatically. It's almost certainly not going to happen, but I have got another shiny new youth intake to show you. Hello and welcome to part 14 of Wembley to Wembley. I'm Kevin, coming up on today's episode with our final 2 games of the regular season. We're at home against Burnham and Egham. Since you were last with me, we won 3 but did lose 1 of our remaining games. In fact, we drew 1 as well, which leaves the league table looking like this with 2 games to go. We are guaranteed a playoff spot, but we're 5 points behind both Tooting and Mitcham and Risborough Rangers, and we have a worse goal difference than Risborough as well. So we need both of them to lose both of their remaining games and for us to win both of our remaining games. Risborough are at home against Flackwell Heath, so that's a tough game for them. Tooting and Mitcham away against North Greenford United. Again, not an easy game. And then on the final day, when we're playing Egham, we've got Tooting and Mitcham against Edgware and Kingsbury, and then Risborough are away against Woodley United. So it's almost certainly not going to happen, but one has to win. One has to dream, doesn't one? I did mention a youth intake. We have had another awesome youth intake, 6 more elite talents. Don't get too attached to the names. They are being offered out to the Name in the Game channel members. So a lot of these names are likely to change. What's the easiest way to find the 16-year-olds here? Well, the 15, 16-year-olds. So we've got this guy, Chris West. We've got Krzysztof Krawczyk. I hope someone takes his name. Goodness me. Dominic Mikalski. There's a few others. It was another very good intake. The most important one of which is this guy, Callum Tamplin, who's come straight into the team at left back because we lost one left back in the last episode. We then lost our other left back. He's been recalled from his loan as well. So the only left back we've got at the club now is Callum Tamplin. He's come into the team, 4 assists in his first 2 matches, 1 man of the match and an 8.25. We may have a new superstar at left back whose name will probably change. So again, don't get too attached to him. I'm fairly sure one of the Name in the Game people will snap him up. But this is the team for Burnham. Burnham are down in 15th place in the league. It is must win for us. It's Dillon in goal. A back four of Tamplin, Harris, Haley and Gray. Worry and Wilson in midfield. Sant and O'Sullivan then behind McNichol and Ward. All we can do is go out there and do our business, because ultimately, even though it's very, very unlikely that we're going to make it into the automatic promotion spot, we are going to want to go into the playoffs in good form. The last thing you want to do is go into the playoffs off the back of some rough form, and it never ends well. Risborough are already losing at home to Flackwell Heath. Oh my word, it's happening, boys and girls. The dream is alive. If we manage to backdoor Kev this, it'll be the most backdooriest of backdoor Kev situations that was ever backdoored. And it's O'Sullivan, who's been brilliant since coming in. He's actually had his contract renewed for next year. It's not often we renew contracts this early, but we know we want him to be part of next year's team, because Sant won't be able to be because he's here on loan. So it'll be O'Sullivan plus 1 of Eddie or Pearce as the attacking midfielders next year, assuming we stick with this system. We'll certainly miss Sant, who's likely to finish as our top scorer and player of the year, and possibly player of the year in the league as well. He's very much dragged us to the height we've made it to so far. Hopefully he can drag us a little bit further and drag us through the playoffs. I am a little bit alarmed about when his loan might end though, because Cornish had his loan. He wasn't recalled. His loan just ended. This was how long his loan was for, because I'm an idiot apparently when I'm arranging loans, and I'm sure I would have clicked end of season, but maybe I clicked a certain number of months. I don't know what I did. I don't know why his loan ended when it did, but we didn't have any way to extend it. So we're now down to the absolute bare bones in the defence. Antwi's got out on loan, so I wanted to get him some game time. Haley's already agreed to leave and go and join somebody else because he was annoyed at not getting game time. So that's why we're playing a 15-year-old at left back, who, to be fair, has been great. And we saw at this point of last season just how good the youngsters can be when they're given an opportunity. I just don't want to rely on them going into the final 2 games of the season and into the playoffs. because that's madness. We also should be ahead in this game, by the way. I know I give Dylan a lot of stick, but this is very much an example today where we should have scored. We should be in the lead. We are well over 1 on our XG. And as frustrating as it is to see Burnham score with their only attack of the half, and yes, we blame Dylan for that, but that one goal should not lead to us being behind in the match, because we should have scored at some point in amongst those opportunities. And it's all too often been the case that we have a gazillion chances and don't score enough of them, and the opposition get one chance and they just automatically score because our goalkeeper's rubbish. So as much as I've enjoyed Ward and McNichol this year, I don't think either of them are prolific enough to be our starting strikers in a proper promotion season. As Ward scores with a header from outside of the area, just to prove me wrong. Hopefully, Canerva can really nail down a starting spot next year and go and get 30 goals. I would love for him to become a 30-goal-a-season striker. He turns 19 fairly early on next season as well, so he's getting to the point now where he needs to be starting, or we need to give up on him, because if he's not starting at 18, 19 years old at this level, he's not going to be starting at 25, 3 divisions higher, is he? So we need him to work out. We need him to become a thing. Right, O'Sullivan, do something magical. Put us in the lead. Oh, he has. Oh, he has. Oh, that deserved a goal. That was something magical, but not quite magical enough. And now he's picked up a knock, which is not ideal. We are going to take him off immediately because we don't want to risk him. Russ Eddy can come on there, and it's going to be Tamplin to take the in-swinging corner. That's where the majority of his assists that he's had so far have come from, those in-swinging corners. It's good to have a natural left footer swinging those corners in again. It's something we've missed for a lot of the season. We've not had a lot of natural left footers in the save so far. But now Gray at right back plays it forward to Worry, who's already announced he's retiring at the end of the season, so we won't have him next year. And Callum Tamplin is continuing his rise to being a superstar for us. This is exactly what Russ Eddy did last year. Came into the team pretty much immediately when he burst through the youth intake, and he's been a first team fixture ever since. And now Tamplin looking at doing the same thing. We might at some point we might have to say, right, actually, name in the game can't have him. He's too established under his original name. It's like in the wrestling when they change the name when they've already won 3 titles. You can't do it. We know him as Tamplin now. Wilson from range. He's hit the crossbar, I think, or is that a save? Either way, it was very, very close to sneaking past the goalkeeper. And at 2-1, I guess we can check in on what's going on in the other games. Risborough are bottling it, but it looks like Tooting have won the league as things stand. So I think they're winning their game. So with Risborough losing and Tooting winning, I think that will be Tooting confirmed as champions. And we then have to deal with Risborough in the playoffs, and they have been a team we have struggled with both times we've played them this season. So we really don't want either of them in the playoffs with us, really. Right, Sant with the penalty, and he scores, and that should rubber stamp our victory for today. 18 goals this season for JB Sant. Not even 18 years old yet. Got more goals than years. He's good, isn't he? He is quite good. Right, Tooting and Mitcham, 2-1 up over North Greenford. If North Greenford can get an equaliser, we do take it into the final day. And if we're hitting some form again, dare we start to have a little bit of a dream. Sant's got another one. That's 19 for the year for him. 4 for us today. But we're really focused on what's going on in this game at this point. We need a North Greenford goal just to keep our dream alive for a little bit longer. Remy Dallason's going to come on at the back. We're also going to bring on Evan Lynch, who is the striker that we signed just prior to the last episode. We've not really used him. I think I said in the last episode, he was really... It was more a case of we just needed the numbers in there. I didn't expect him to break into the team at this stage of the season. It's not really the stage of the season where you have a player break into the team. That being said, if he comes on and scores 3 goals now, he might start the next match and might force his way into the team for the playoffs. Who knows? Never say never, boys and girls. Dylan made a save. That's worth noting. 72 minutes on the 37th game of the season, and Harry Dillon made a save. Look at the state of these match stats today, by the way. Where's this form been in this run-in? It's so frustrating. Right, are we getting a Russ Eddy special? Oh, we nearly did. Goodness me. Their goalkeeper, despite conceding 4 goals, has actually had a pretty good game. It shows... Oh, my... North Greenford have scored. North Greenford have scored, and I think... that means we still have a chance going into the final day. I need to see an updated league table. My Kev maths might be misfiring, unusual as that may sound to long-time viewers. Tamplin winning the ball back in. He's good, isn't he? He is very good at left-back. Ward, just shoot. Stick it in the top corner from there. Or I guess the bottom corner would have worked, but maybe if you'd have gone top corner, like I said, you'd have scored rather than hitting the post. I'm the manager. Do what I say. Give me a league table to see. Tamplin to Wilson. It's Tamplin again, looking to add to his assists tally. Drives it across goal, but it's cleared. And I'm taking matters into my own hands to look at a league table. Right. As it stands, we're 3 points behind Tooting, 2 points behind Risborough. Our goal difference is better than Tooting's and 1 behind Risborough's. If we can score another couple of goals here and then go into the final day, win again and have both of them lose on the final day, we could still win the league. That would be absurd if it happened. But we live in an absurd world, boys and girls. Dylan's caught the ball again. It's making me choke. It's so absurd. Oh my goodness me. I imagine there's still more twists in this yet. I should think there'll be goals. Oh, Dallason's got sent off there, hasn't he? In fact, he was so off the pace that he couldn't even foul the guy. He gave it his all, but couldn't actually make contact with the foul. Look at the state of this. I don't know that he's ever going to be the answer, is he? That was pathetic. Goodness me. Right. It is still as it was in the other games. I don't want us to concede more goals. We're supposed to be trying to get a goal difference situation sorted here as well. Can we go up the other end and score another one? Obviously, if you offered me all 3 games ending now, I'd take it. But if another goal has to go in somewhere, I'd quite like it to be here. For us, Football Manager, for us. Goodness me. Right, Haley lumps it forward, looking for Sant, and now Gray looking for Sant. In fact, he's looking for Lynch. And yeah, we'll just take all the final whistles now, please. They're in again. This is a big miss. Wasn't he their goalkeeper, Isherwood? Have they got 2 Isherwoods? I'm sure he was in goal for them before. Have I made that up? Go back and check the tapes, boys and girls. Right. Talking of checking, have we done enough? Right. So, yes, is the answer to that question. We still need Tooting to lose. Risborough can draw as long as we win by 3 or more goals. So ideally, we want them both to lose while we win. It's still incredibly unlikely, but the dream is alive going into the final day of the season. And I have definitely ballsed up these loans because now Oliver Ward's loan has ended. So that's him gone back to Welling. So we've got to do that final day and then the playoffs without our main starting striker for the whole season. And also without Jamie Sant, whose loan expires on Saturday. I don't even know if he's going to get to... No, on Sunday. Oh, we play on Sunday. He might not even play this final game, and he's definitely not here for the playoffs. If he's still here on Sunday, then we're just going to have to do it then. Because we're not going to win the playoffs without him, are we? I don't know what I've done with these loans, but it's proving to be very costly. Well, Sant's still here, but he's showing as unavailable for next match, presumably because his loan ends today. So that's the last we've seen of Jamie Sant as well, which is really problematic. So the team for the final game of the regular season: Dylan in goal, a back four of Tamplin, Harris, Haley and Gray, Worry and Wilson in midfield, Hards and O'Sullivan behind McNichol and Lynch. We are getting down to the bare bones here, but all we need to do, win our match and then worry about what goes on in the other matches. But let's job one, win our matches. So remember, Risborough are away against Woodley, Tooting are at home against Edgware. We need a lot of results to go our way But it would be one of the most spectacular final days in one of my seasons ever, in one of my series ever, if we manage to pull off automatic promotion this season, having gone into the final day 3rd place in the league. Stranger things have happened, but they just don't happen very often, and Tooting have taken the lead. So I think that's probably the end of the dream, because Tooting are the one that have to lose. Risborough, we can get away with them drawing as long as we win big enough. But Tooting have to lose, or else none of it works. So that's problematic that they've scored a goal there. Edgware are not a terrible team. They're down in 10th place, but we've obviously played them a couple of times this season, and I mean, they weren't easy. We didn't just fly past them. So hopefully they're going to decide to come out and do us a favour. It'll count for nothing if we don't do our bit, and having lost 3 key players at the end of their loans in the last week and a half, 2 weeks, we really are struggling to do a football today, which is not ideal. Right, Hards plays it back to Tamplin, and now Wilson. Somebody just get it in the area. I mean, I thought that was the referee. I think my player did as well. Green kits should be outlawed. It's unacceptable. I can't work out who's who. Right, Haley turns like really slowly, plays it forward to Lynch, and now Lynch was not expecting to have a start, but I'm now very glad I brought him in. Lynch again, just stick it in the back of the net from there. Oh, he nearly does. Goodness me. What's going on in these other games? I think Tooting are still winning, so it doesn't really matter. Although obviously it does matter in so much as we want that good form going into the playoffs. So we want the win regardless. Risborough, I think, are winning as well now. So the outside chance we had of sneaking our way into the automatic promotion spot is gone, unless something really remarkable happens in the last half an hour of the season, which doesn't look like it's going to happen. So we just need a goal now to make sure we go into the playoffs in form. We're going to take off Lynch. He's not played very well at all. Neither is Hards. So we've got Eddie and Canerva to come on. 2 of the 4 pillars, 2 of our youngsters getting involved in things. We've got another one of our youth players who came on the latest intake. Janis Drakos is on the bench as well, who, again, he's another one whose name is probably going to change, but he looks pretty useful. I'm very glad the youth intake came in, because now everyone's leaving. Right, I guess we have to take Tamplin was never supposed to play this many games this soon, but we'll stick Haley out to left back. In fact, we'll put Gray to left back and Haley can play right back, and Remy Dallison can come on and play centre back, mainly because he's played a couple of times for us before. Drakos hasn't, even though we saw in the last match just how interesting Dallason's defending can be at times. I don't know that he's necessarily got a future with us. Right, have we got a late winner, or did all 3 of the final games of the season just not go to plan? Because if we can't beat this lot at home, what hope do we have in the playoffs? The answer? Very little. It's Gray playing out of position at left back, lumps it forward to McNichol. He's got Canerva and Rossetti alongside him. He doesn't need either of them. It's a 92nd minute winner from McNichol. That is a very good goal, and hopefully is enough to give us our little emotional boost going into the playoffs. I mean, if there's goals flying in all over the country now as well, and that's enough to win us the league, then I'll be even more excited. I suspect that's not the case, but we'll wait and see. I mean, stranger things have happened. I feel like I've said that about 9 times this episode, but it does feel appropriate for the situation, so I'll keep saying it. Right, McNichol clears it to Canerva. Canerva's just got one man to beat, then he's through on goal. He is terrified. He is so... I've never seen a footballer quite so afraid of doing an attack. Russ Eddy, and now Worry and McNichol. McNichol doesn't want to give it back to Canerva because he saw how that ended last time. This time he does give it to Canerva, and once again, Mr. Erling Haaland finishing. Can't finish. Love it. Right, well, at least we ended the season in form. We have obviously ended in 3rd place. Things didn't go our way. But who do we play? We play Blackwell Heath. Risborough play Rayners Lane. I mean, it's tough. It's like 4 of the best 5 teams in the league are playing in this. It's hard. Flackwell Heath will be the next episode. Oh my God, they're the team that put 5 goals past us. It's just one leg at our place, though. So what happened when we played them at home earlier in the year? We drew 2-2. So we've not beaten Flackwell Heath this year. Brilliant. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.